Jets Nation, welcome back to another Jets Media live stream. Today is a great day to be a freaking New York Jets fan. He fires it over the middle, touchdown! Garrett Wilson! The New York Jets tie the football game! Ah! It's a toss to Breece Hall. Breece Hall cuts up the middle. Breece Hall's loose! Breece Hall's gone! Breece Hall is gone! He walks into the end zone! That's a Jets touchdown! Sauce Gardner's there for the game winner! That's New York Jets, new era Robert style of football right there. Breaking news! The New York Jets got him! Aaron Rodgers is officially a member of the New York Jets! The vibe amongst his fan base is just a really awesome thing to watch our fans have a reason to be excited. This Jets team is ready to take flight this year.
We're going to show the world today what Jets football is about. Let's go. All we need is us. All we need.
I got high expectations for them, and you should too. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's go Jets. Jets.
Jets, Jets, Jets.
Let's go! Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? With your boy, Richie. Today is the day. Well, it's not our day, but it's the football day, baby. Happy NFL opening day to all of my NFL fans out there. We still got to wait a few more days until we get hyped up for our day. But it's still an exciting time because football's back, baby. Tonight on Thursday Night Football, we got the Detroit Lions going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. But that's not what we're talking about today because we have all these topics to get through. We have a special guest joining who is a Bills fan who will give his thoughts of this Jets and Bills game because we got to preview. We got to preview what is going on in this game. Monday night, what to expect. Here's a list of topics we're going to get into. We got to have a lot of exciting things happening on today's show. So, folks, if you did not already, please hit that like button on your way in. Really helps out the channel more than you know. Let's get as many Jets, maybe some Bills, maybe some other fans in here in the building so we can preview this game and talk about it together. Let's go, everybody. Hit that thumbs up button right now for your boy if you're pumped up for football being back. Mr. McMoney, new studio, Richie. Yes, I am currently in my new studio, and it's been a lot of work to set it all up, and this whole backdrop is still in a work in progress. We're going to get this Jets Media beautiful sign on the wall eventually. Right now, it's just, as you can see, you can't see it. I'm literally over it. You can't see it. I gotta get that on the damn wall, right? And this is going to be covered with Jet stuff. Covered with Jet stuff. I also have some giveaway items to give you guys as well. I got a lot of exciting things to talk about today, but let's get straight into business. First and foremost, though, I want to get into the chat. Let's get into the chat. We got Vesseled, Jets, Jets. Yes, sir. Joshua Jets, Leo with the green heart. Thank you. Let's go. Rich is in the house. Joshua, Rich, Hater, Buffalo Bills Nation says Jets suck again. Right. Kimberly's in the chat. What's up, Kimberly? I'm so excited. I'm going to explode. I can't even sleep. No sleep for the next few nights. I am right there with you, Kimberly. It's been one of those, it's been a couple days where I'm sitting in bed just visualizing what Monday Night Football is going to be with these New York Jets, and it's just so exciting. Bills fans going to cry when A-Rod throws his third touchdown on their defense. Let's go. Paula. Hi, Richie. What's up, Paula? A-Rod debut, 23 for 30, 324 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Sign me up for that. Jonathan says something. I'm not going to say it out loud because we got King Lowski right below him. J-E-T-S. Yes, sir. That's what we like to see, baby. That's what we like to see. My man Henny's in the chat. AFC's roundtable was different last night. Bruh, that was crazy. If you guys did not see the roundtable last night, make sure you do, because that was definitely the best episode we've ever had on the roundtable. Really, really cool. Really, really cool stuff. King Lowski says, I played last night, Richie. Next Wednesday will be different. It's all good, King Lowski. It's all good, bro. We're going to moderate it, so next time you guys can actually have a chance, because everything you said, we couldn't hear. Same thing with Parks. But bring that energy, Lowski. You were killing it last night, man. Trust me. You were killing it, bro. Hennessy, yo, Richie, why are they coming for us? Talking about we haven't won anything yet. Has the season started for us to win? That's what I'm saying, bro. They're like, you haven't won anything yet. How are we supposed to win anything if the season didn't even begin? That's what I'm saying. Modine, Richie, your picks on Bleacher Report have been all the opposite. Should have been all the opposite. Of course, Modine disagrees with your boy Richie. And hey, it's not easy to pick week 1 games, man. That was hard to do. That was hard to do. The roundtable last night was great. It was awesome, man. Make sure you guys check that out, bro. I can't wait for King Lowski to be back next week and put Parks in his place, baby. So let's get into the first topic of we can't do that yet because we got a super chat. Thank you, Boba Jet. Dan had nothing to say. I got your back, Rich. Thank you, Boba Jet. I appreciate that big time. Thank you so much, Boba Jet, in the chat for a generous $2 super chat. We appreciate you. So the first topic of today's show is key matchups. Now, there's a lot of key matchups where it's kind of hard to even, which matchups do we talk about, right? Is it Sauce Gardner versus Stephon Diggs, right? Is it Garrett Wilson versus Tre'Davious White? Is it our defensive line against the Bills' offensive line? Is it Josh Allen just going up against the entire Jets defense, right? Is it our offensive line going against the Bills' pass rush? There's a lot of different matchups to really hone in on, but my key matchup is definitely going to be, which I think is one of the most ones that's going to be highlighted the most on Monday Night Football, is that Sauce Gardner going up against Stephon Diggs. Now, I think Stephon Diggs, he's a good player. Very good player, actually. And I think that he has a lot of room to prove himself, Sauce Gardner, this year. Now, we do have a special guest as we get into the key matchups and some X factors. So why don't we bring in our special guest right away? Special guest, you guys know him pretty damn well. You guys know him very, very, very well. So why don't we bring in the man and the myth and the legend, Dan Mitchell. Dan, can you hear me, bro? You're frozen on my end. Dan the man. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. Dan? I'm going to disconnect him. Yo, Dan. Testing. All right, we're going to have to get Dan back in here. Don't worry. I got to text him. All right, we're going to get Dan in. But yes, that is going to be the special guest. We got to hear from a Bills fan, right? We got to hear from the stinky Bills fans. Everyone boo him in the chat. Don't worry. He's going to come. He's going to come. Keep him frozen. Keep him frozen. Guys, Dan Mitchell's on a new wavelength of a villain arc. And I'm excited to see what Dan has to say for us. So let's hopefully he can get back in here. I don't know what happened. Let's go back to see if he's there. He's not there. All right. Technical difficulties, but we'll get Dan in here. Don't you guys worry. Everyone's booing him in the chat. Boo! That's for Dan right there. All right, Dan. Let's see if we can get him back in. Come on. I'm using new software and it ain't working. Even the internet don't like him. Trash. Boo. Yo, I love how this Jets fan base is ready to go, and Dan Mitchell is hearing the raft of these Jets fans, rather, bro. Of these Jets fans. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, baby. But let me know some key matchups in the chat right now as we figure out a way to get Dan Mitchell in this live chat, because we definitely got to get this man ready to go, baby. We got to get him ready to go. All right, he's back in. Let's see if we can bring him in this time. Dan, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, loud and clear. How do I look?
You look great. You're not frozen.
Beautiful. Dude, holy hell. Because you know why? I was ready to come in guns a-blazing because Boba Jet was trying to say that I had nothing to say. last night? What episode were you watching, Boba Jet? Villain Dan was thriving last night, baby.
He's coming after you. He's coming after you, Boba
Boba
Jet.
Jet, man. No, I'm just kidding, man. How's your day going?
It's going well, man. It's a busy day, game day.
Very
I'm
much so.
excited for tonight's football game. I'm sure you are too. But here we
Very
are
much so.
previewing Monday Night Football, Jets-Bills, Dan. Woof. Last night
Dude.
was some crazy episode on the roundtable, wasn't it?
It really was, man. Like, I mean, honestly, I couldn't go to sleep until 2 or 3 a.m. Like, my adrenaline was just still absolutely pumping. I mean, right between the Parks and the Lowski debate, and I mean, just like some real like good football conversation, the chat and everything. It was solid, man. And you know what? It's just starting to come right to the realization that in just a couple of days, man, we're all gonna be together in New Jersey watching this damn game, baby.
Guys, if you didn't know this, Dan and I are going to be at the game sitting next to each other during the game. So that's going to be a interesting little situation that we got there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle sitting next to Dan. Actually, it's going to be fun watching Dan cry during the game, right?
Well, like, I mean, it is funny because I was looking at the seating chart and I'm pretty sure that like all around me, it's like just Jets fans. Like you didn't put a single Bills fan next to me.
You got Bills fans near you. You got my brother-in-law, who's a Bills fan
That's
right
good.
below you.
Perfect.
And I'm pretty sure there's a whole group of Bills fans near us. Could
All
be
right.
wrong, though.
Wonderful. Hey, man, listen, I definitely appreciate you not throwing me in like into the Vatican City right in the middle of Italy. You know what I mean? Something like that. So it's going to be solid. I'm pumped, man. I'm jazzed. Like, I mean, we just ended up releasing our injury report, and I really hope our injury report looks like that all damn year. Really all we had right now was Micah Hyde was limited today with some sort of like back soreness. Like, real personally, I think McDermott is just trying to screw with Saleh and stuff like that and being like, oh, yeah, like I'm not sure about his back, but it's looking like that you were about to be getting the Buffalo Bills at full force, my friend, and I am absolutely pumped to see what that looks like.
Dan? We're getting the Buffalo Bills in full force. You're getting the New York Jets in full force too, my friend. So no injuries to report for the New York Jets. We are 110% healthy, which both of our respective teams were injured both times we versed each other, right? That game against the Jets, there's a lot of players on the Bills injured. There was also a lot of players on the Jets injured. The game in Buffalo, a lot of players on the Jets injured. A lot, actually. I mean, we had Mike White throwing the damn football to Bam Knight was our number one running back. I mean, who was even the number one receiver, chat? I mean, I know Garrett Wilson and who else? So this is the time to finally get the full Buffalo Bills and the full New York Jets all fully healthy, ready to go. Pressure is on.
So, like, one quick question I did want to ask as well, because I did make this take a little earlier on Twitter today. So I know Breece Hall is good. Like, your honest feedback on that. And so do you think that you guys are just going to slowly but surely make sure that he's implemented into that offense, like by like week 3, week 4, and it's mostly going to be the Dalvin Cook show, like on week 1? Like, who's going to be dominating carries? Or so do you think it's going to be business as usual for Breece on week 1?
Yeah, I think it's going to be running back by committee. I don't think Breece is going to be the number one right out of the gate. I think it's going to be split between Breece and Dalvin with some sprinkles of Michael Carter and even the rookie Izzy Abanikando, who had a really good preseason. Michael Carter's no slouch as a number 3 running back. You know, he's not the same talent.
I know that.
Yeah, he's not the same talent as Breece and Dalvin. And, you know, listen, Breece Hall, I mean, the rehab is ridiculous. This man was cleared to go midway through August. He's clocking out at 23 miles per hour running already. I mean,
it's absurd.
I saw him with my own eyes, Dan. I was at practice. The first practice he had open to the public, he was going so fast. He was just like, he's not missed a step. So the Jets are going to be smart. They're not going to give him 20-plus carries, but I can see him getting like 10 to 15 touches.
And so those ACL injuries are absolutely crazy because I know that Trey White took an entire calendar year. And then I know that Von Miller is supposed to be back by week 6, I would say. That's like close to when he got injured as well. Like, I mean, really with Breece's recovery is just absolutely insane.
Yeah,
and so if you were to tell me that he'd be ready by week 1, and so if you were to tell me that he'd be ready by like week 1, like at the beginning of this offseason, like I'd probably call you crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of wild, and it's also a testament to the new sports science of today's world, and also you got to keep in consideration that Breece is very young, so he heals quicker, as well as Javonte Williams. He tore his ACL, and he's ready to go week 1, and he's pretty much the same age, same position, so interesting to see how both of those players do coming off those injuries, and that's why the Jets went out there and get Dalvin Cook, because we don't want to rely all on somebody coming off a torn ACL. I feel like if Brees did not tear his ACL, Dalvin Cook wouldn't be a Jet because we'd be ready to go with Brees being the guy. And I think the Jets still view Brees as the guy, but it's going to take some, getting the rust off. And I think it's more mental for Brees. Physically, he's good to go. I think now it's just mental to be okay with his knee and not really hold himself back.
Yeah.
So,
wild stuff, man.
It's going to be exciting stuff. And you guys got a new running back, Damian Harris. You got James Cook.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like no one really talks about the fun matchup that we got with James Cook versus Dalvin Cook, the Cook brothers.
Man, it is going to be the Cook brothers, honestly. And you know what? All signs are pointing right to the direction that the Bills want James Cook to be that guy. And then Damian Harris and also Latavius Murray. I know he's 34 years old, but like what the Bills have been missing for the past couple of years is that style of running back, right? Like somebody that can actually just like be like that up the gut runner, like that bowling ball, strong sort of running back. And now we have them both with Damian Harris and Latavius Murray. Now, the biggest question is, can we finally get the first season ever with Damian Harris staying healthy? Really excited to see how they're going to be implemented, but I was absolutely clicking my heels when I heard that we ended up picking up one of those two. So now we don't need to risk Josh Allen with those like third and short situations and just allow those guys to take care of that work. But the Cook v. Cook, man, is going to be interesting. It really is. Me personally, I love James Cook, man. I wish that he put on a little bit more size, right? Like I wish that he put on a little bit more size this offseason.
Dude,
he's
Dalvin
nowhere
Cook?
near compared to Dalvin.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, us Jets fans, it doesn't really sunk in that we even have Dalvin Cook because we haven't seen him in preseason or even at the practices that was
He's a
open
unit,
to the public.
bro.
He wasn't practicing yet. Bro, I know you don't watch Hard Knocks, but the last episode of Hard Knocks, they featured Dalvin Cook practicing with the Jets. This guy's jacked out of his mind. I did not realize how big this guy is, and his footwork is off the charts. And, like, dude, Dalvin Cook is literally coming off 4 straight years over 1,000 yards on the ground. Pro Bowler, maybe not as efficient as he was being like a younger back, but it's kind of wild that we got Dalvin Cook, and I feel like the Bills are hopeful that, James Cook can become a guy like Dalvin Cook. But like you said, James Cook got to put on that weight because Dalvin, man, his upper body is strong.
Dude, he's got to, man. Like, I mean, honestly, when it comes down to it, sometimes I ask myself if James is the milkman's baby. You know what I mean? Because, like, they do not look the same whatsoever when it comes to overall body type. But I do like what he can do in the pass game. I definitely like his ability as far as, like, that receiving back because that's exactly what he was at UGA. And it was very frustrating last year when Dorsey just wouldn't utilize him for that. So I really want to see James Cook being utilized week 1, starting off in that pass game by itself. It's going to be good, man. Like that is definitely one of the matchups that I am going to be looking at is overall y'all's runs. And so y'all's run defense and James Cook, indeed.
We got a super chat from McLean in the chat. Shout out. Woo! Shout out McLean for the $5 super chat. He says, Dan, my man, this is a serious question. Which unit on the Bills is better than the Jets? And please do not say quarterback. What section are you guys at for the game?
Okay, so a loaded question right there. So when it comes down to it, I'm probably going to have to say quarterback. Now, don't get me wrong. When it comes into all time, and so Aaron Rodgers is probably one of the best ball throwers of all time. I mean, some people can even like make the argument that he is better like as like a talent at the quarterback position all time, even compared to Tom Brady. And I'm sure that I could probably get roasted for that, but I mean, I'll die on that hill. But as far as youth, as far as right now, I am picking Josh Allen over Aaron Rodgers. Say that this was 5 or 6.
Quarterback, Dan. Move on.
Yeah. Say that this was like 5 or 6 years ago. Then I would probably choose like Aaron Rodgers. As far as everything else, and so I wouldn't even put it like as a room. I'd probably pick Hyde and Poyer as well. And so over y'all's safeties. And so y'all have us like on like, and so the outside corners for sure. Because like, first off, man, like we have Trey White. And I mean, it's hard for me to come out there and say, hey, like he's going to be back to 100% right before that ACL. Like I'm not going to know until like week 1, like halfway through. And then now like CB2, we have Benford. He's good, but like, I mean, he's a second year. So.
All right. So you heard it from Dan. The safeties are better than the Jets. That's it. I'll give you that too. That your safeties are better than the Jets. We got a year 2 player who I want to tell you about, actually, because he's exciting. You probably don't know anything about him. Undrafted free agent last year, Dan. His name's Tony Adams. He's going to be our starting free safety this year, first-year starter. Jets fans are really excited about him, and he's going to be a starting free safety next to Jordan Whitehead. You know who Jordan Whitehead is?
Yeah, sure do.
No, he's that guy that happened to just pick off Josh Allen on that drive in the red zone last year. Yeah,
him.
So just wanted to make sure you knew who he was. He didn't have the best season last year, but he's definitely serviceable. But all joking aside, we got Jordan Whitehead as our strong safety, and then a promising young player in Tony Adams, who's going to be starting for the first time in his life week 1. So I can definitely say the Bills have the edge over the Jets at the safety room. No doubt about it. You guys got this experience. You guys have had the Pro Bowlers there in Micah Hyde. So other than that, though, I'm looking around the Bills roster.
Yeah.
So you guys, quarterback in your eyes, you can obviously argue that. Safeties.
Yeah. Safeties, like it's funny because like I can give the edge, right? Like as far as rooms are concerned. Like so wide receivers. I mean, honestly, I'd say that it's pretty close, but like as far as individuals, like there's definitely a couple on the Bills that I would take over your number one. Like, and so I will say that as of right now, I feel like Garrett Wilson needs to have a good second year. And so I'll say that I would take Stephon Diggs over Garrett Wilson, and that's me being as objective as humanly possible. This is only his second year. We got to see.
That's it.
But I'm going to pick Diggs from the wide receiving room right there as well. Trying to think if like there's like any other positional that like we can go for. Von Miller doesn't count because he's not going to be playing on the defensive end side of things. Yeah, dude. No, man. Dude, listen, it's a stacked team. And so it's a stacked team. Listen, like
I think what this means, Dan, is that we're coming to your level, right? I mean, the Bills have been a stacked team for years, and the Jets have finally met you guys. It's not like we're exceeding you guys and we're better than you. That's not what this is about. It's kind of just a testament of like we've tried to become and match your guys' talent. And I think that the Jets have done that.
Yeah.
King Lowski with the $5 super chat. Here we go, King Lowski. Round of applause from a man, King Lowski, in the chat. You got saved last night, Dan Mitchell. Talking about you, villain Dan Mitchell. You simply adopted the darkness. I was born in it. See you soon.
Molded by it. Ugh. I love it. I love it, man. Listen, like, I mean, I would say that was the highlight of the show last night. It was between you and Parks. It was really good. Straight from the hospital bed. Parks came in there, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was pretty wild. We got to.
So it was a heavyweight bout.
Next time we got to moderate a little bit better.
Definitely.
On my end. But yes, King Lowski coming in with that heat. We were born in the darkness, bro. Especially Aaron Rodgers. You feel me? So
those darkness retreats, man. I love it.
He went into the darkness. He went to the deepest depth of his soul. And what did he see? The New York Jets. On the end of that tunnel, at the end of the darkness, he saw a green illuminating light. And he saw a little sliver of a Lombardi trophy next to it. And now he's a Jet, Dan.
Now he's there.
Come on now.
He's there.
Now, in all seriousness, this is just a really delusional question I'm going to ask you because I can do whatever I want on this show.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's your reaction if the New York Jets not only win the division this year, but actually somehow pull off a Super Bowl championship? Now, listen, a lot has to go our way. And I'm not going to sit here and saying it's happening. I'm not going to be Joe Namath and guarantee it.
Yeah.
But let's just live in a fantasy land. What do you like? What's your reaction that the Jets, the Bills, 3 straight division titles, could never get to the big game, and the Jets, they get Rodgers and they leapfrog you. Not only do they leapfrog you and win the division, but they actually go to the Super Bowl and win it.
Man, well, like, I mean, and so I'm glad that you prefaced it with a fantasy world because that's exactly what that is. Say that it does happen, right? Say that it does happen and y'all do end up making the Super Bowl. I mean, obviously I'm going to be pissed off, right? Especially since I feel like when it comes down into it, like nothing really upsets me more like when I hear that people say like, oh, and so the Bills window is closed. And so in my opinion, man, as long as you have a franchise quarterback at your helm, that window is never closed, right? There's always an opportunity. Like a great example is Patrick Mahomes. Like, dude basically won it with Travis Kelce, like with Travis Kelce alone last year.
Is Josh on the same level as Patrick Mahomes?
Well, like, I mean, Pat's 1 and Josh is 2, but there's a pretty significant gap in between the two.
Josh
but I mean,
is 2.
he's number 2, baby. He's number 2 in the league. I'll die on that
Joe
hill.
Burrow?
You remember before? Yeah, please.
Beat him in the playoffs last year, though.
Hey,
Joe
man.
Burrow.
And so you know that wins aren't a QB stat, all right?
Wins
And
aren't a
plus,
QB
listen,
stat.
dude, and plus, bro, me and you, if we could have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd as our wide receivers, man, and so we would be like right in the conversation for
That'd be
MVP
nice, bro.
quarterback in the
I got the
league,
mind
right?
for a QB. Come on.
Dude, come on, man.
McLean with another super chat. Let's
Exactly.
go. Clap it up for McLean, baby. $2. She says, you didn't answer the second part. What section are we in? We are in section 305, baby. McLean's
305.
in 319. So we are in section 305. McLean, come by and say what's good. I'm going to be fist fighting Dan the whole time. Come on.
Yep. Yeah, most definitely.
My parents are going to be there, by the way. It's going to be my parents. So you better be respectful, Dan.
Oh, dude, of course, man. So parents love me, bro. So parents love me, man. I've never met a set of parents on earth that hate
They're
me.
Jets fans, obviously, and I'll be with my brother-in-law,
I'll be
who is
respect-
unfortunately
yeah.
a Bills fan.
And so, yeah. And
You
so
know
I'll be
that
respectful.
At my sister's wedding last year in October, I made a speech, and in the speech, I told the story of when I met my brother-in-law. And when I met my brother-in-law, before my sister and Michael is his name, we came together. I was going to college upstate New York, Buffalo. If you guys, SUNY Brockport, and we're on the way to the Jets-Bills game in 2017 or something like that. It was like Jamal Adams and Marcus May's rookie season, and my sister picks me up, and it's me and my buddy and this guy, and they're not talking at the time. Like, I don't know they're a thing, and I realize, like, oh, what's going on here? My sister's falling in love with a Bills fan. No.
Oh, no.
She's falling in love with a Bills fan, and she did. She married him. But luckily, he's also a Knicks fan, so it balanced it out, and I love him to death. So
that helps out, and I mean, worst case scenario, and so it could have been a Pats fan too, especially in 2017. So I feel like you might have dodged the bullet there, because like that would be like a wedding that I would completely sabotage if my sister was trying to marry a Pats fan. That's something I can put out there with.
Luckily, my sister's like not really into sports, so she wears my Jets stuff, and she still wears Bills stuff. And I'm like, Jenna, come on. You just can't do this. You grew up in a Jets household. You married a Bills fan. That's already sickening enough. But let's get back to this game, Dan, because I think that this game, matchup-wise is so even. Oh, wait, we got another super chat this time from
Jimmy Gasket.
Jimmy Gasket. Let's go, Jimmy. He says, can't wait to watch another season with you, Richie. Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate you. I can't wait for you to continue calling in on Wednesday nights of the Roundtable, calling into this show and being Jimmy Gasket. I mean, you're a dog. So, Jimmy, thank you so much, guys. Shout out to Jimmy Gasket. Now, getting back into the game real quick, Dan. Now, I think our strength defensively against your offense is that we're really good on the perimeter. Right?
Yeah.
I think that we shut down the outside where it's going to force Josh Allen to eat it up the middle. And I talked about this a little bit last night, where I think Josh Allen, if he's smart and the Bills' offense is smart, their game plan has to be utilizing Josh Allen, his mobility, and tight ends over the middle of the field. Because if you try our corners on the outside, DJ Reed's right there. Oh, no, how about that Sauce Gardner guy? Oh, wait, Michael Carter II's in the slot, who's actually one of the better nickels. So I think what the Bills got to do is just that, because I feel like what this Jets team does is such a great job at doing against Josh Allen in particular is they force him to beat us with his legs, because he has such a cannon of an arm that he can beat you deep. But the Jets tried to allow things to just dink and dunk over the middle of the field and in front of them, keep everything in front of them, avoid the explosives down the field. And you never know. Josh Allen can connect an 80-yard bomb for all I know. We're not perfect.
Yeah.
But I think that this Jets defense, that's their game plan. Constantly pressure Josh Allen, get him off his spots, force him into some turnovers, and just allow him. Oh, we're playing soft coverage. Let the tight end streak over the middle. Let's tackle him beyond the sticks, and before the sticks, rather, and let's get some punts. So I feel like that's going to be the defensive game plan. So what do you think the Bills' offense got to do to counter that? Do you think they should still test the corners? Do you think they should stick to that? Just feed Dalton Kincaid and Knox over the middle, test Diggs down the field, really rely on Josh Allen's legs? Or do you want to see Josh Allen stay in the pocket and make some good throws?
Yeah, so first off, I want to see Josh Allen be Josh Allen. And like one thing that I've always admired about Josh is the fact that he is probably one of the best adjusting quarterbacks on the face of the planet. His first couple of years, like Belichick absolutely owned that guy. But then like after one offseason goes through, sits down, and then like there was game after game after game where he was just cleaning up that defense. So I have a lot of trust in Josh Allen for being able to adjust and not look anywhere near to what he looked like this past year. That much I have confidence in. Now, I try and reflect back to week 1 last year, Thursday Night Football, when we played the LA Rams. Everyone on earth was trying to think about, oh, yeah, there's no way that Josh Allen is about to target Ramsey immediately. He did. He went after him early and often. And I do think that he is going to do exactly what the Jets don't expect him to do, which is actually target that perimeter at the end of the day. I did put out a tweet a little earlier. I'm not seeing massive passes up the middle for like 15, 20 yards. For the most part, I think that the largest goal for us going into this game is that we want to chew up as much clock as humanly possible. And what's going to happen is that you're going to see like a death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's going to be slow, boring offense. And the 2 tight ends with Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, in my opinion, are probably going to lead that overall offense in targets. That's going to be something that Josh Allen is going to try and exploit, because one thing that I do want to throw out there, guys, like just be prepared for those 2 tight end sets. You are going to see a lot of those on Monday night, and that's going to be entirely a part of that game plan. Really try and exploit all of the stuff underneath and take care of those mismatches from the tight ends and your linebacker core.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you remember the first game that we met, Stephon Diggs beat Sauce deep on like the first play. And then that was the rest you heard from Diggs the rest of the game. Sauce Gardner got beat, and then he did not let that happen again for the rest of the game. He kind of clamped up. So I agree with that. I think Josh Allen's going to take some shots early. That's kind of what they did. They beat Sauce in a double move, and Sauce got beat, and then they clamped up from there on out. So I could definitely see the Bills kind of being aggressive out of the gate and taking some shots and utilize Josh Allen's strength, which is his arm strength, throwing some nukes down the field. We got another super chat, this time from Henny Heisman, who will actually be sitting with us right near us.
Henny Heisman, what up, man?
Let's go, Henny. Big time shout out. Bills fans can talk trash, but I've been good the last couple of years. Patriots have Super Bowl rings, but nothing is worse than Dolphins fans talking. He's got a point.
That is true. Yeah. And so I say that's something that we could all agree with.
All right. The official injury report just got released. Let's check.
What is it?
So just for the Jets, we just had Dwayne Brown, Mekhi Becton, and Breece Hall taking rest days today in practice, and that's just because they're all laboring their own little respective things, but they're all 3 of them are expected to play. See, they're being smart. They're allowing Breece Hall's knee to take some rest, and Mekhi Becton's knee and Dwayne Brown's shoulder. So everyone should be good to go. McLean, another super chat. Come on now. Thank you guys so much for the support, bro.
Clean, baby.
Whoever has more sacks wins this game.
So that's actually interesting too, because like that was something I didn't even put in like right to my overall analysis of why I think we're going death by 1,000 paper cuts, because I don't trust our offensive line. I really don't, right? And I love the Jets.
Haha, we're excited for him.
Spencer Brown and Deion Dawkins, surprisingly enough, man. Like during the preseason, like I've sat down with film. I've sat down with all of the reps from our offensive line, surprisingly enough. And so Spencer Brown looked better than Deion Dawkins. He is also something out on the perimeter that I'm sort of nervous about. Love Osiris Torrance. I think Mitch Morse is about like 1 year away from retiring. Like he was making a lot of mental mistakes, but I suppose that it is a part of the preseason. So as far as my take of like, don't expect Josh to like really take many shots downfield, it's because my question is, how much time will that offensive line be able to give him to make that happen? Hence why I think that it's going to be a lot of stuff underneath, and just really hoping that we can get some quick separation from either Dalton Kincaid or Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I mean,
that's also another reason why I think that we're probably not going to see like a lot of shots downfield, because quite frankly, I really don't trust this offensive line to give him a lot of time, especially with this pass rush.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the Jets' strength is, as you know very well, Dan, is we
Yeah.
get to the quarterback very
Mhm.
efficiently. I think we had
Yep.
9 sacks against Josh Allen last year in the 2 games we played. And not only do we have pass rush, but we also have athletic enough defensive ends to keep up with Josh Allen. Like, if he
Yeah.
tries to scramble, it's not like he can just do whatever he wants. You saw our rookie Jermaine Johnson last year make the play of his rookie campaign, which was that Josh Allen on 3rd and short tried to evade the pressure, rolled to his right. You saw him tuck the ball and try to pick up the first down, but Jermaine Johnson had the perfect angle of pursue, tripped him up at the legs, at the shoe ties, and gets up. This is a sack. That was like Jermaine Johnson's rookie moment, and we as Jets fans are expecting Jermaine Johnson to take that year 2 leap to another level, because he was kind of like not talked about a lot last year because Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, and Brees took over the rookie highlights, right? And Jermaine Johnson kind of felt a little, where about my shine? And he didn't really live up to the expectations for himself. And this year, preseason, it looks like he's a man possessed. And I remember in the meeting rooms last year when the Jets were doing their draft process research on Jermaine Johnson, one of the coaches said, if we want to beat Josh Allen, this is the player you draft. And it was a really cool moment because the Jets production team, they said that moment in the pre-draft process of scouting Jermaine Johnson. They mentioned Josh Allen, and they cut to Jermaine Johnson's sack on Josh Allen. So it was a cool little moment. And I was like, wow, that's sick. Like, they literally were saying, we need this guy to stop Josh Allen. And then he did just that to help beat Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in his rookie campaign. So that's just a little small example of what the Jets are really trying to do and contain Josh Allen. Is his speed is his strength, but the Jets can match his speed on the edge, not only just with speed, but also with power. We got another super chat again from Jimmy Casket. Come on now.
Casket.
Would you drink bleach if Becton gets injured? Jimmy, why are you even bringing that up? Come on, Jimmy. You're better than that. We don't bring up injuries because it ain't happening. Mekhi Becton's going to be healthy all season long because I believe. Right, Dan? Bills are going to be healthy all season long. I mean,
110%. Because the last thing I want, bro, like, don't be Dolphins fans and just be like, oh, man, well, if so-and-so wasn't injured, like, things would have been different. No. Hell no, bro. Like, I want everybody in the AFC East to be fully healthy so nobody has any excuses once we raise that 4th banner in a row for the AFC East.
Guys, we just hit 200 people tuning into the show right now. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. But also, smash that like button right now, baby. We got 73 likes. Let's get this up to 100 likes. We got Dan Mitchell tuning in, who, as you guys know, if you don't know who Dan Mitchell is, he is the Buffalo Bills representation on the AFC East Roundtable. He has his own YouTube channel as well. So make sure you guys go check him out because he not only just posts Bills content, but he is an NFL TikToker, I like to call him. So check out his NFL TikTok. Check out his Instagram. He's covering everything related to the NFL, not just the Buffalo Bills. He does a phenomenal job. He brings his own little flavor to it of comedy and some trash talk, and he does a great job. So, Dan, we appreciate you joining the show, man.
Yeah, man. Likewise. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course. John, a $5 super chat. Let's get it. Uh-oh. You read that one, Dan, because that's for you.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is my boy over here, John Marlowe, coming in saying Buffalo Bills 31, New Jersey Crop Dusters 14. Listen, as much as I would love to see that, I did put money on the under.
Me too.
And so I love the point differential, though. I certainly do. But let's drop those numbers a little bit and make sure that I walk away not only with the Buffalo Bills dub, but also a little bit of extra cash in my pocket.
Well, you're already down $100.
I did. I was just about to mention that. What was I saying? That Trey White is going to hold Garrett Wilson instead of like less than 40 yards?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to bring my 100 with me. And so at the stadium. Oh, man.
I'll bring $100 as well. Guys, if you didn't see the AFC's Roundtable episode last night, Dan and I made an agreement and a bet that he is the one that brought it up. He's very confident enough where the Buffalo Bills secondary will hold the superstar in the making in Garrett Wilson to under 40 yards.
Yep.
And we have a $100 bet on it. So if you guys want to double down on that bet with me, go. I mean, you can't even find that line anywhere because his line probably on sportsbooks, if his over-under is probably like 85 or something.
It's going to have to be a custom, you know? It's going to have to be a custom.
It'll be like minus 400 to put money on the under for that.
Into the Dan Mitchell sportsbook.
Or
right
like
then and there.
1,000, I don't even know what. But crazy stuff. We got another super chat coming in. We got this one from OB Clutch. OB Clutch? Come on now. Rodgers has won the last 9 Monday Night Football games. Now that is an excellent stat that I've ever seen right freaking there.
So that means he's due.
That means he's due. Fighter Flight. Firefighter with the $2. His first super chat of his life. We got to celebrate it. It's telling us to celebrate it. Let's go. His first ever super chat. Thank you, bro. Another one, Henny. I can't stop hitting the soundboard, Dan. I'm sure you're sick of hearing it. Hennessy, would you would think the Bills drafted Travis Kelce the way Dan brings up Dalton Kincaid every stream. Let's see. I picked him up as a backup in one league.
All right. Yeah, most definitely. Now listen, okay? As far as Dalton Kincaid, yes, I am very, very excited for this kid. Now, normally I know that it takes a while for tight ends to adjust into the NFL, but there's so many good signs. Number one, he came out of Utah, which is ran with a pro-style offense. His route running is absolutely disgusting to watch. He doesn't drop anything. The entire preseason practices. I sincerely hope that he turns into the Travis Kelce. I really do. I'm sitting here hoping that he's at least in the conversation for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Granted, that's impossible. Well, that's never happened before. But yeah, man, listen, when it comes down to the Bills, man, last year we were in desperate need of a slot option because Josh Allen only literally had one weapon that could consistently create separation, and then he was doubled half of the time last year. So, yeah. I am pumped about Dalton Kincaid from what I've seen of his ability to absolutely take souls by just ripping people out of their damn shoes from what I have seen so far. Not only his college highlights, but elsewhere. But yeah, man, you're damn right, bro. I hope he's the Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Bills fans have high expectations for their rookie tight end. And hey, as they should, because that's what fans do. They hype up their rookies like we did last year. But our rookies lived up to it and happened to win Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year, that being Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson. Now, I want to talk about this last topic before I let you go, Dan, because I know you're a busy man. We got Aaron Rodgers. Come on. This is Aaron Rodgers we're talking about. He's making his Jets debut. His first ever game of his life as a New York Jet is against your Buffalo Bills with the entire planet Earth watching on ESPN Monday Night Football. Now, what do you expect from Aaron Rodgers? It's really hard to predict. What do you expect from a Jets fan perspective, Bills fan perspective, national perspective? Are we getting MVP Rodgers? Are we getting a rusty Rodgers? Are we getting a Rodgers that's just going to do what it takes to win, even just relying on the run game and just doing dinking and dunking and playing smart and not turning the ball over? Or are we seeing a Rodgers that's just going to be elite and just make 5 to 8 throws where you're just oh my God, that's vintage Rodgers? We don't know what to expect. So how do you think this Bills defense is going to go up against Aaron Rodgers, especially in his debut with all the pressure and everything looked at?
Yeah, man. First off, I definitely think that Sean McDermott is going to be putting together a plan that definitely has a lot of respect because first off, he's a very talented quarterback. He's one of the best in the league. I'm not going to sit here and try and tell you that he's not. He's great. But one thing that just absolutely grinds my gears is, especially on my show, a lot of people are like, oh man, let's just bring some blitzes. No, dude, no. A quarterback like that is going to absolutely carve up any team that dares to bring in a linebacker or a DB blitz because that's going to open up an absolute wide open weapon. And with Rodgers' ability to see the field, it's not going to be something the Buffalo Bills are going to do. And listen, we were sitting here talking about the pass rush from the Jets, and even without Von Miller, man, listen. And so the Bills' pass rush is still no slouch either. I'm super excited about Leonard Floyd. I'm super excited about the progression from Gregory Rousseau. Same thing with AJ Epinesa. I think that there's matchups on y'all's offensive line, particularly on the left side, that I think that we can take advantage of and get pressure in him. But what the Bills are going to do is that we are just going to bring organic front four pressure and drop as many into passing lanes as humanly possible, quite frankly. I think that one of our big plans is going to attempt to take Garrett Wilson out of the game by itself, whether or not that's going to be Trey White on top of that, and then with some safety assistance in the backfield between Poyer and Hyde, who are both healthy together for the first time, and God knows how long. It's not even Rodgers particularly that I think that is the X factor in how the Buffalo Bills defense needs to show up Monday night. It's more so against Dalvin Cook, right? Because like when it came down to it last year, I loved the performance from the Buffalo Bills defense against Rodgers last year. I really, really did. My biggest concern is being able to stop that run game. So Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall. I saw a lot of very unique coverages that Sean McDermott was throwing out there, stuff I didn't see from like that vanilla conservative scheme that Leslie Frazier threw out there. I saw a lot of Tampa 1. I saw a lot of 3 safety sets with 2 linebackers out there as well. I really think that what you guys are going to see is something that not only Jets fans and Bills fans are going to witness, but the rest of the league. This is a new defensive coordinator. This is a Sean McDermott. This guy ended up taking the Panthers right to the Super Bowl with this, and it got him a head coaching job. As a Bills fan, I am so optimistic that what we're going to see is something completely different. I think that it's going to be a defensive chess match on both sides, but long story short, just that front 4 organic pressure, dropping as many into coverage as humanly possible, and just making sure that you can take away his favorite weapon, which is Garrett Wilson.
That's definitely going to be the philosophy because that's kind of what the Jets like to do. Pressure just 4, drop all 7 back in coverage. So we'll see if that happens. McLean with another super chat, bro. You're killing it. Thank you, man. We appreciate the super chats big time. So between us, can we all agree that it's either the Jets or the Bills for the division? Don't lie, Dan.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. For sure, man. Listen, like it's funny because I said this on like the into my show last week. I said, you know what? Like, frankly, I don't care about the division at this point. Just get us to the damn dance. Because the problem with the Bills is they're in the damn playoffs, baby. All right? If we can just squeak in and then we just get absolutely hot during the playoffs and play the best football we can in January, like from December into January, and execute right in the playoffs, I could give a shit about the division, man. Just get us to the damn dance. Make it happen. Yeah, dude. Just make sure that like we get our asses right into the playoffs and just play the ball that I know the Buffalo Bills can. Because listen, I know all of us are excited about week 1, but I think everybody in this chat can agree that the most important football on earth is November and December football. Ain't week 1. Nothing like that.
Let's go. Jets, Bills make the playoffs. Dolphins don't. You would have thought I wish. Let's do it. Scott with the $10 super chat. A great member of the channel, man. Scott, Richie, I got a 4-play parlay Monday. Took Jets money line under 46.5 points. Garrett Wilson first touchdown and Dalvin Cook anytime touchdown. $25 bet. Win $1,700. Pray for your boy. You're the best. Go Jets. Wow. Now that is a damn parlay. That's a juicy parlay. And Scott, I'll be definitely looking forward for this one to hit because the first one's guaranteed, Jets money line. And Garrett Wilson's getting his first touchdown as well. Scott, we appreciate the super chat. Everybody give my man Scott some dono hype because that is a damn crazy parlay. That is going to hit. I promise you that. I might have to double down. I kind of like it.
I'm going to fade it.
You're going to fade it?
I'm going to fade it, yeah.
Well, Dan, I do appreciate you taking time, man, to join the show.
For sure,
we're gonna
bro.
let you go now because I know that you got some other stuff on your end. Guys, make sure you guys go check out Dan. He's going live tonight for the game. Just because you're a Jets fan does not mean you can go not support my man Dan Mitchell. He does a great job covering the NFL over on his social media accounts and, of course, the Buffalo Bills on his YouTube channel. So, guys, please type in Dan Mitchell on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel. Show him some love. The AFC's Roundtable is me and him together, partnered up with, of course, TD Finstalk and Master at Work. So, Dan, always a pleasure to have you on. I can't wait to meet you Monday.
Yeah, man. Likewise, dude. So, go Bills. We'll see you soon.
Yikes. All right, man. I'll see you soon, brother.
Peace.
All right, that's Dan Mitchell, guys. Shout out to Dan Mitchell. And we're getting crazy, man. We're getting crazy. Football's tonight. Now, that was the special guest. Now, we got some segments to get into that I want to get into, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the chat right now. How you feeling about these New York Jets going up against the Buffalo Bills? What is your level of optimism? Are you that optimistic that the Jets are going to not only beat the Buffalo Bills, but beat the heck out of them? What do you think it's going to be a closer game? Let me know right now in the live chat. Let's do it. Keith comes in here. Thank you, Keith. With the $5 super chat, he says, LMAO, you don't care about the division. Excuses. You sound scared, Dan. Well, Keith, unfortunately, Dan's no longer here for him to read that, but I definitely got to let him know that you said that because you're right. Dan sounds scared. And he can't admit it. My man Dan Mitchell's scared. You can feel it. And maybe he's still backstage looking at me, shaking his head like, Richie, shut up. But I don't care. Because it's a villain arc for me as well. And let's freaking get it, baby. Keith, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Really does help out the channel. Guys, we are 4 likes away from hitting 100 likes. If you guys can do me a solid favor by simply hitting that like button right now for your boy, let's get it going. Also, consider subscribing. We are inching to 19,000 subscribers on the channel. That is a big landmark, guys. Very big landmark. Let's freaking get it, man. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We're live from the brand new Jets Media Studio that I like to call it. And it's coming together nicely. We got some other things that's going to go on the wall soon to really deck this out. You're going to see this layer behind me, little depth, little corner, jetted the heck out. Okay? And that's what it's going to be. So let's freaking get it. I'll turn the music down. I don't want that to be annoyance to you guys. So let's get into some topics here. Some X Factors. Get me some X Factors in the chat right now, folks. Who are some X Factors in this game? And shout out to the chat. We just hit over 100 likes. Big time. Big time shout out. Let's go. All right, guys, right now. X Factors for the game. Let's see. Who you guys got for X Factors? I'm not going to give some of mine. I want to hear from you guys first before I list some of my X Factors. Let me know in the chat right now. X Factors for the game. And to define an X Factor is basically, it means this player absolutely has to be on his A game for us to win. Okay? These players have to be on their A game in order to win. So we got Bryce Huff, good one. Sauce Gardner, Dalvin Cook, defensive line. Richie, when did Dan sound scared? He sounded scared at the end of the show, man, when he was saying that he doesn't care about not winning the division because he knows that the Jets are winning the division. That's when he sounded scared, okay? Rodgers is right arm. Jesse says McDonald. All right. Let's see what else you guys got. Lazard. Special teams is a big one. Safeties for sure. CJ Mosley. McLean says Sauce, Quinnen, Rodgers, and Garrett. You know it's Becton. There it is. Mine is Mekhi Becton. Because if Mekhi Becton goes out there in week 1 and dominates, bro, this season is going to be special. It's going to be special. And the safeties is a big one because we cannot let we cannot let any deep balls down the field hurt this team. That would be a detriment. If we allow this team, this Buffalo Bills offense, to just get explosive plays on us, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. But guess what? It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. I promise you that, baby. All right? I think that the X factor for me is definitely Mekhi Becton is one of them. And Sauce Gardner going up against Stephon Diggs is another, because Stephon Diggs is, as we know, one of the better wide receivers in the league. And we know that Josh Allen relies on him the most. And if Sauce Gardner, and we also got to throw in DJ Reed, because Stephon Diggs is going to be moving around the field. He's not just going to be lined up against Sauce Gardner only. He's also going to be lined up against DJ Reed. And DJ Reed, he really matched up well against him. So you're good. So keep saying some X factors in the chat. Firefighter 80 comes in with the $5 super chat, my man. Thank you so much. He says, it's not a fair match. The Bills are without Von Miller, and the Bills are worried about the Jets, not the Jets worried about the Bills. That's true. That's true. That is very true. Now, I feel like this is an interesting one, because Firefighter brings up a good point that the Bills are worried about the Jets, and us Jets fans are not that worried about the Bills. Now, there could be a little interesting, it could be a trap for us, for all I know, but it won't be, baby. It won't be. And I think that the Jets fans are just looking at what we did to that Bills offense last year, and that's where that's definitely where all the optimism is coming from in terms of their confidence level in winning this game. So I totally understand that. Totally understand that. So Jet Fighter 80, we do appreciate the super chat, my friend. Really helps out the channel more than you know. Thank you so much. Now we definitely have a lot of interesting X factors. Jimmy, Casket, linebackers, 100% linebackers. We gotta defend over the middle of the field, and that's going to be a big time test as well. Could we see Breece Hall in the slot? Yeah, I think the Jets are going to line up Breece Hall in the slot. I think they can line him up outside. I think they're going to be very creative. I really do think they're going to be very, very creative. So, guys, if you guys were watching Jets Media last year, we had a proud sponsor on the channel, and I am so excited to announce the brand new sponsor of the fall, that being Mojo Fantasy.
So, as I mentioned, this is a double.
This is going to be a really, really awesome thing that we got cooking up for you guys. Mojo Fantasy is what you can do right now in the chat by
So as I mentioned, this is a double up contest. It's basically you just
below. So Mojo Fantasy is an app, right? You guys know your daily fantasy apps, like all these other, you can get your player props, you can do all these different things, where Mojo Fantasy is combining the sportsbook element and the fantasy element into one freaking app. So if you guys want to get 100% bonus right when you sign up, so basically they match 100% deposit immediately when you sign up. So say you put $10 in, that's all you got to put it to win, to get 10 extra dollars. So you get $20 total if you put $10 in on the app. If you guys can simply do me a gigantic favor, click that link pinned at the top of the chat and simply download Mojo. And when you download Mojo, make sure you put in my promo code JETS. And guys, you don't even have to click the link. You guys can scan the QR code right here to download the app, and they will match 100% of your deposit right away. Now, the really cool thing about Mojo is now, you guys probably think of them as the stock market, where they're taking it to another level. They are adding a new layer, a little new dimension to their app, and that is the fantasy element. Now, I want to show you guys my picks for tonight's game. This is my picks for tonight. So if you guys, again, want to scan this QR code right now and use promo code JETS, that would mean a lot to me, guys. Remember, the best way to support me and the best way to support the channel is by supporting the brand deals and the sponsors of Jets Media, and that just so happens to be Mojo. Now, these are my locks here for tonight's game. I got Patrick Mahomes anytime touchdown scorer, which is basically has to be a rushing touchdown. I think Patrick Mahomes getting in the end zone with his legs, potentially without Travis Kelce, makes a lot of sense in the red zone. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I like his over at 7.5 receptions. I really, really do. I think that this is a game where Jared Goff is going to have a high volume share to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Sky Moore over 3.5 receptions I got because without Travis Kelce, I personally think he's going to get at least 4 receptions. And then Jared Goff over 259.5 passing yards. I definitely think that's possible because I think this is going to be a high-scoring game tonight. I don't know about you guys. It's going to be a very, very high-scoring game. Now, the interesting thing about Mojo, guys, is that usually these apps, you have to verse against the app. You have to verse against the books in order to win. But Mojo's different. Mojo, you enter into a contest and you verse each other. So think of it like fantasy football when you are all season long, you're versing your friends and whoever comes out on top wins some money. Well, this is the same concept, but you're going up against random people when you enter these contests. So a contest that I want to show you guys is there's 2 different contests, right? The double up contest is basically you double the money you put in if you finish in the upper half of the contest. And basically you put $10 down, for example, you'll get 500 Mojo dollars to play around with in order to, buy some shares in this guy, play some player prop bets over there. So again, guys, you gotta click that link down below in the description or simply click this QR code right now if you guys want to help your boy out. Now, this is just an example of how the app looks, and I'm really excited to show you guys because this is a really, really interesting and fun little thing. So you get $500 of Mojo bucks, and you need to include at least 2 teams and trade 4 different athletes, right? So you put $10 into this contest, you get $500 of Mojo dollars to play with, and you get to look at all these different player prop bets in order to make your money. And all you got to do in order to win the money is finish in the upper echelon of the 50% to double up your money. Now, there's a lot of different elements to this app, and this is probably my favorite part about it, is that you can win a lot in the green contest. Now, the in the green contest is you automatically win money if you're up. You enter in the contest, you got $500, and if you're entering up above the $500, you never go below, then you win big time money. Now, it's a really fun app, and I've been having a lot of fun testing it out and really getting a good understanding of it. And I'm in love with Mojo Fantasy because it's a crazy new app that basically turns sportsbook odds and selection into fantasy contests. And here's how it works again. There are thousands of NFL and MLB player props. You build a portfolio, and the better your portfolio performs, the more cash you win. Pick as many props as you want and try to beat the crowd. Remember, you're versing against people. So if you're good at this, you're going to win a lot of money. Usually, it's like the app is versing you. Well, this one, you're versing other people. So if you're good at this stuff, you are going to win a lot of money because you are so just naturally good at just picking some player props. Like I know a bunch of you guys are. So it's a whole new way to play fantasy football. The props act like stocks, so you can buy and sell live all game long. It's the only fantasy app that lets you make moves after the game starts. So you're not stuck with a bad pick. You can cash in on a hot start or just hang on or let them ride. That's it. Make picks, make moves, and you can make some big-time money. Download now on the Apple Store and use my code JETS for a 100% deposit match up to $100. If you guys can simply scan this QR code right here, and you guys can download the app, and make sure you guys use my promo code. Again, this is different, and my favorite part about it is you guys can verse each other. And I'm going to be hosting some contests where it's going to be like Richie's Jets Media contest, and you guys will all join, and we can all verse each other. And it's like a $10 entry fee or like a $20 entry fee, whatever the contest entry fee is. And when you enter, you got a chance to win big bucks. You can win a couple $100. If you really win big, if you come in first place, that's really what it comes down to. So again, guys, a really awesome way to support the channel here is by supporting the brand deals, and that just so happens to be Mojo Fantasy. So I'm really, really excited to be partnered up with Mojo. And if you guys do download the app and you want to run with my picks, here are my picks one last time. And this is for the double up contest. And remember, the double up contest, you can win double the money that you put in, and they're matching 100% of your deposit. So big time. Shout out to Mojo for sponsoring today's video. Now, I do want to talk about tonight's game just a little bit before we get back into the Jets and the Bills, because we got a couple more days to talk about it. But let me know your thoughts of these picks right here. Do you guys think these are going to hit, or do you disagree? Right? Do you think St. Brown's going to go less? Do you think Jared Goff's passing yards a little too high? I mean, let me know your thoughts in the chat right now, because I feel like this is an interesting way to kind of evolve, fantasy sports and fantasy in general, and betting is doing it this way. And it's really, really fun that we are able to do these types of bets on these apps. So I feel like my biggest lock on this is Amon-Ra St. Brown over 7.5 receptions. Personally, I think that's just a lock. I just feel like his volume share is ridiculous. If you guys look at last season, he is somebody that Jared Goff fed every single time. He's the number one receiver. Hemlock says these picks are solid. I appreciate that. I put a lot of time into these picks, guys. I really did. I was like, I really want to hit. Like, if I'm giving you my picks, I really want these to hit. And if you guys want to put your bets down, scan the QR code right here or click that link and put the promo code JETS in, and you will get a great match. $10 down, you get $20 to play with. Enter some contests. Go up against some friends. Go up against some random people, and you will be entered to win some big-time money. Ralph says Goff 300-plus yards. Okay, that's pretty cool. And, again, I just want to remind you guys about this app, because on the surface, it might seem confusing, but it's different, which is what gets me so excited. Like, these apps get me so excited because there's all these new different layers to it. We're talking about a sports book and a fantasy app merging into one. That's so exciting. If anybody plays fantasy football, if anybody bets on sports books, this is the merging of the two. It's like a sports book and a daily fantasy app. They had a baby, and it created this Mojo app that they've been working on for a while. So it's really exciting. And like, based off the player shares, you enter a contest for $10, you get $500 Mojo dollars to play with, and you can play around. Like, okay, I want to put $175 on, and it's not real money, by the way. You get $10 in, and then you get 500 Mojo bucks, they call it. And then the goal in the green contest is to stay above your 500 threshold, and that's all you got to do. If you finish with above $500, you win like hundreds of dollars of real US dollars. So it's really, really exciting stuff. Big time shout out to Mojo. I'll let you guys know how I do afterwards, tonight's game, to see if these picks actually work out. And also, if you do download the app and you do use my promo code, guys, let me know in the chat. Let me know on Discord. I would love to get your guys' feedback of the app, because this is a brand new app, and I'm really excited about it. As you guys can tell, I'm passionate about it, and I'm curious your feedback. I'm curious what you think of the interface, what you think of how the app works. How does it feel? Let me know your thoughts if you guys do download the app and if you guys do give it a shot. And I highly, highly recommend it. Big time shout out to Mojo. So let's get back into the game, because as you can see, the next topic that I have listed here is Rodgers' debut. Oh my God. Aaron Rodgers' debut. That gets me giddy. That gets me giddy. Now, everybody in the chat right now, give me some stat predictions for Rodgers, please. Stat predictions for Rodgers. Let's hear it. Stat predictions for our boy Aaron. What's Aaron doing? What's Aaron Rodgers doing in his debut, baby? What is he going to do? What is he going to do? My stat prediction for Aaron Rodgers. Now, what's it going to be? What am I going to predict? I think he's going to go 23 of 30, 294 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Is that too unrealistic? Is that too unrealistic? Let me get your guys' chat right now. Aaron Rodgers, stat prediction. 500 yards and 15 touchdowns, Sean. God damn. Oh, that's funny. 24 for 35, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Okay. 275 yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay. Let's see. $285 yards and a touchdown, says Jimmy. Okay, I didn't realize. Is there like a war happening in the chat right now? You guys are funny. There's a war happening in the chat right now. 21 for 25, 289 yards and 3 touchdowns. What if bro drops 4 touchdowns? Discount double jet? I don't know how MetLife is going to react. King Jamie's in the house. Yay, football. Just got off work, boys. Time to watch everyone crap when they see my new receivers. King Jamie, good luck tonight, my man. King Jamie, I got to show you my picks tonight on Mojo. Mojo is a proud new sponsor of the channel. You guys know that Mojo last year was a sponsor, but this year they're launching a brand new app, which is their fantasy app. And the reason why I'm showing you guys this again is because I wanted to show King Jamie that I got. He's a Chiefs fan. He couldn't tell by his profile picture. I got Mahomes anytime touchdown score, and I got Sky Moore over 3.5 receptions. So let me know, Jamie, do you think this is going to happen from the Chiefs side of things? McLean, you sent in a super chat. My bad, maybe. I didn't see that. I'm going to go find it right now, McLean. Oh, I got it, bro. McLean with the super chat. Thank you, brother. Thanks for reminding me. Rodgers hasn't lost a Monday Night Football game since 2013. He's 9-0. What? Are you kidding me, bro? He sends another one in. Sauce going to make Diggs pull in Antonio Brown. Oh, McLean, that's good. Can you imagine? That's possible, by the way. McLean can literally be on to something. He could be on to something, bro. He could be on to something. And King Jamie, if you want to download this app, brother, scan this QR code right now for me, my man, and put some money on your Chiefs tonight. Let's go. Make sure you guys put promo code JETS when you download it. Take the over, Richie. That's a good bet with Mahomes and more. Yeah, I got the over on them too. Sorry, I do got the over on Amon-Ra St. Brown, though, and Jared Goff. If that's okay with you. I can't wait to get my locks in for the Jets, because the bets on Mojo are not live for the Jets game yet since it's Monday night. But I'm excited to give you guys my locks for that. Did you happen to see the video that the Jets dropped with Method Man narrating? I did see that, and that shit was fire. That got me hyped up. Method Man is the man of the people for Jets fans, bro. That was sick. That was sick. Lions are nice. Don't sleep. Yeah, I think the Lions are a nice team. So let's get into the Bills defense. I'm curious your guys' thoughts of the Bills defense. Do you guys fear them? Now, I feel like a lot of people don't realize how good this Bills defense is. I feel like Jets fans need to start putting more respect on their name, in my opinion. Just in terms of them being an actual solid defense. Now, I mean, better than solid, bro. I mean, they've been a top 5 defense for years with Sean McDermott. So I'm curious your guys' thoughts when it comes to Matt Milano, Trey White, Hyde, Poyer. I know Von Miller's not out there. Let me know your thoughts of the Bills defense. Do you think that Nathaniel Hackett's offense and the boys are going to be able to be stepped up to the level of competition against these guys? Let me know right now. I also want to show you guys something. So, I do have some really fun stuff to give away. This is a signed Sauce Gardner jersey and a signed Garrett Wilson jersey. Woo. Now, I'm not going to announce how you can enter to win these. That's going to come soon. But just so you guys know, I have these 2 Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson signed jerseys that will be given away to some of you guys. So let's do it. That's what I'm saying. I want to give back to the people. You guys deserve it. I also have this fun little thing I want to set up. It's like a nice little, where do you guys think this should go? Right here? That's what I'm saying, guys. Help me build out my office. Where does Quinton Williams go? I got all this stuff I got to put up. I got this as well. Where do I put this? Oh, my. Did I just break it? Didn't break it. We're good. I think we didn't break it. Yeah, we're good. That would have sucked. So, yeah, I got to hang this up on the wall. That was funny. Yeah, I got a lot of setting up to do. Imagine I just broke the sign. That would have been bad. So, I don't know if you guys are talking about the Bills defense in the chat, but that's what I wanted to bring up. I gave you the blueprint, Richie. Stealth black wall. I don't know. I kind of like the white walls. The black wall would make me feel very claustrophobic, I feel like, you know? All right, so talk about this Jets offensive line. I want to get your guys' thoughts of this. Now, this Jets offensive line, I think that this is one of those games where they can really set the tone early, running the football. I think Rodgers is going to be fine of handling pressure. He might get sacked a couple times, but I think Rodgers is going to get rid of the ball fast enough and on time. But when it comes to running the ball, that's what I'm looking at the offensive line as the X factor. You got to be able to move the sticks. You got to be able to do it. And I think that if you remember, when we beat the Bills last year, the philosophy of that was running the football down their damn throats. So that's what they got to do again. They got Dalvin Cook. We also got Breece Hall. We got the running backs. But they're not going to be able to run the ball without good offensive line play. And if we can start running the ball to the point where the Bills cannot stop it, that's what's going to happen, bro. We're just going to see Breece chants happening and all that fun stuff. So, Jets offensive line healthy is the best in the AFC East. I like that. Now, the next topic on this list I want to talk about is the AFC East battle. Now, if the Jets want to win the division, what better way to do it than by opening up the season by beating the damn Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football with the whole world watching? What better way to do it than that? I think this is the way that they got to do it, man. I think this is the way that they got to do it. They got to be able to go out there and set the tone in this AFC East division immediately. Immediately. Right? Let Brees and Dalvin cook. Let Aaron Rodgers loose. Feed Garrett Wilson the ball and establish that run game off play action. Give Tyler Conklin some looks. Fire some deep shots to Hardman. Get the ball in Hardman in space. Feed Lazard in the red zone. Go to Randall Cobb in clutch situations. I don't know, but the Jets are going to have to do all those things. And then the last topic point is Saleh. Saleh does not want to hear that they play hard. He doesn't want to hear that anymore. He wants to go into these games and, pardon my language, fuck them up. That's what Robert Saleh wants to do. If you guys watch Hard Knocks, you know. That's how Robert Saleh is going with his energy. And I absolutely love that. So I think Saleh has to really go into this game with the mindset of preparation and also make sure there's no self-inflicting wounds. We cannot have setbacks with pre-snap penalties, roughing the passer penalties, and all that nonsense. The penalties has to be cleaned. For sure. Do I start Lazard in my fantasy league? You could. I don't understand why we are such underdogs against the Bills when we beat them last year with Wilson and almost beat them with Mike White. This offense has only been upgraded in every aspect. Let them sleep. We like it. We like it when they sleep. It's better that way. When they play, I'll be the one who is hard. Nice. Win division is guaranteed to be in the playoffs. That is why it is important to win it. Yes, John, that is why it's important to win it. And that's why it's going to happen. Richie, how many yards do you think Dalvin Cook will have against the Chargers? Oh, wait, my bad. Sorry, Dolphins fans. He's a Jet. Oh, we never wanted him. Oh, the Jets. He used the Jets for leverage. That's laughable. That's what that is. Freaking laughable, bro. Keep believing that nonsense. Keep believing that nonsense. Nonsense. Oh, man. This is fun. This is so much fun. Guys, we are having a blast here. We had a long show today with Dan Mitchell joining the party, introducing the proud new sponsor of Jets Media. That is Mojo. I mean, look at this. Look at this presentation that Mojo gave of the boys. Look at that. Guys, if you did not already, please simply take your phone out and scan this QR code. Or if you're on your phone and you can't scan it, simply click the link that's pinned at the top of the chat, download Mojo, and sign up using promo code JETS right now. If you support the channel, it would mean a lot, guys. All you got to do is put $10 in, and you will get $20 to play with to potentially win hundreds of dollars. And you could put all these types of bets in right here. These are my locks. You don't have to go by my locks. You guys can definitely do something else. But this is definitely some fun little thing, man. Richie, you should share your fantasy team with the chat one day. Have us all share our teams just for fun. Yeah, I want Jets heavy on my teams. I picked Garrett Wilson way too early in a draft. But hopefully he proves me right. Right? Guys, has anybody downloaded Mojo yet? I want to give you a shout out in the chat. Say, Richie, I downloaded Mojo and I use your code right now in the chat. I want to know. Because if you did, you deserve a shout out. Let's get it. But I think we're forgetting, guys. Yes, we're talking about Jets Bills Monday night, but there's football tonight. Tonight, there's football. That's so exciting, bro. That's so exciting, bro. Omar's in the chat. That roundtable last night was out of control. It was out of control. It was out of control, bro. In the best way possible, too. In the best way possible. Best roundtable ever. 100%. Mark, thank you, dude. Does I got it mean that you downloaded Mojo, or is that for something else? Discount Double Jet. Jets, Jets. Let's get it, Discount Double Jet. Rich is rooting for the Lions tonight. Jets on top. You know it. Aaron's Armada offense nickname. The Verde Valor defense nickname. Okay, Addison, I like that. I like that. Mojo downloading now. Hemlock. Thank you, bro. This is for Hemlock. Because Hemlock is supporting the channel by downloading Mojo. That's how you support Jets Media. Thank you so much. Remember, folks, this is how we are able to do this. Mojo. Mark downloaded Mojo. Let's go. Another round of applause for Mark. It's so simple, guys. Look how easy I made it for you guys. You can either do a QR code scan. You can either click the link at the top of the chat, or you can click the link in the description. And then you put in code JETS. Don't forget to put in code JETS. That's your next step. Shout out my guy King Lowski for holding it down, that clown-ass Patriots fan. Shout out King Lowski. Facts, Mark. Screw. Richie, if there was only one game that you could personally go to this year, which game would you want to be at? When the Jets beat the New England Patriots on Jets Media Day, week 3. Let's do it. I picked Garrett Wilson with the 6th overall pick. Guess what, Sean? I picked Garrett Wilson with the 5th overall pick. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it. I did it. I had to do it. I had to do it, man. You live and you learn. And I think Garrett Wilson is going to be proving me right. Right, Garrett? You better prove me right. Sean says, is this still for New Jersey residents only or not more? So it is in select states. So I'm not sure off the top of my head which states it's legal in, but when you download the app, it'll tell you if you are in a state near you. If you're in a state that allows you to bet, Sean. So it's available in 19 or 20 states. So definitely check it out. Omar, what's up, bro? Richie, your salesman skills have improved. Hey, man, I really am passionate about this app, though, for real. And Omar, I know this app is in your state in Florida. So it's available in Florida. I know that much. Help out your boy. I got him 15th. Akeem got Garrett Wilson 15th. Bro, what league are you in? You got the steal of the draft. You got the steal of the draft, bro. When was the last time the Jets even beat the Patriots? We're not going to talk about it, Finns fan. How about that? In my fantasy league, I traded my whole future for Garrett Wilson. There we go. Regardless of fantasy, Garrett is going to make you $100. That is true. Dan Mitchell, pay up. Dan Mitchell, pay up. If you guys don't know what Omar's alluding to, Dan Mitchell made a bet with me that Garrett Wilson's going to go under 40 yards week 1. That's easy. Easy money, bro. Now, if you guys are downloading Mojo and you want to see the picks I'm doing for tonight's game, here they are. Mark says, I'm in California, but I don't know how I got around it. So, Mark, it's actually legal in California, Mark. So, if you do want to download Mojo, Mark, and you use promo code JETS, you'll be able to use the app. Omar, I might have to download Mojo because I was under the impression no betting here yet. Omar, it's live in Florida. It's actually live in California and Florida. So it's interesting that we got Omar and Mark in the chat talking about it. So, boys, download the app right now for your boy, man, and put $10 down, and you will get $20 to play with. And you can either save the money for the Jets games, or if you want to play some bets tonight, here's the thing. And just to remind you guys how it works, because it is a little different, right? This app is a different world. So you see how this contest type is double up? So let me just, I know there's some new people in the chat. I just want to break it down because when you guys download the app, it might be confusing at first, but it's really, really like fun. And it's exciting stuff. So the double up contest, basically what happens is it's a $10 entry fee to enter a contest. And what that does is it puts you into a contest against random people across the world. And you get to put $10 down and they will give you $500 Mojo dollars. And with those $500 of Mojo bucks, you will see all these different bets to choose from. And you say you see Patrick Mahomes anytime touchdown to score, you'll sprinkle 175 Mojo dollars on there. And then you see Jared Goff over 259.5 yards like I did. Then you sprinkle maybe 300 of your Mojo bucks, and then you really try to use your budget of your Mojo dollars, and the goal is to finish in the upper echelon of the 50% in the contest. And if you finish in the upper half, you double your money. So say it's a $10 contest you enter. If you finish just in the top half, you win double your money. It's that easy to win money. There's another contest called In the Green, which is my personal favorite. So you automatically win money if you finish positive of the Mojo bucks. So you start off with 500 baseline, and think of it like stocks, right? You invest in stocks, and if it's below, then you're in the red, but if you're above that threshold, you're in the green. So if you finish in the green by the end of the contest, you get money regardless. But the cool thing about it is, if you finish in first place in the contest, you win like quadruple the money. Second place, 3 times the money. Third place, 3 times the money. You get it? So they really incentivize it. But unfortunately, if you put money down and you start off with 500 Mojo bucks and you're below 500 threshold, you're going to lose your money. So that's really where it comes down to. And it's a really fun, unique little app because, again, it's sportsbook and fantasy meeting together into this app, which is really, really cool. So like these are the player prop bets that you get to put some money on. And when I say $500, that's not your money. You basically enter a contest for $10. And there's even free contests, by the way, guys. There's opportunities for you guys to make free money. So like there's a free contest that you would enter and you would get 500 Mojo dollars to play around with and use all your bets. But there, you'll see, guys, when you download the app, you'll know what I'm talking about for sure. And just a little like idea of what the app looks like. This is what the app looks like right here. If you guys are curious, it's really cool. It's fresh. It's clean. See, look, there's your $500 portfolio. You have to include at least 2 teams and trade 4 athletes, which is why I did those 4 before. And this is just showing off some baseball props as well. So this is kind of what it looks like, in case you guys are wondering. So you could put $125. That's what happens when you place your bet. And you can also do live cash out, which is cool. So like in the middle of the game, you can literally place bets throughout the game. So it's not like you place your bets and you're screwed. You can pull out whenever you want. You can invest more whenever you want. So it's really cool that way as well. This is another thing. So like this is what it looks like when you sign up. You play cash contests with props from a live sports book. Build your portfolio to climb the leaderboards and win real cash prizes. Like, this is sick. The twist is Mojo's a sports stock market, and each prop has a share price. So the over-under of 2.5 touchdowns for Patrick Mahomes is going to fluctuate based on the odds in real time. And it's off a $0 to $1 scale, right? That's kind of how it works. So when you see it, you know, you buy and sell your picks anytime, or you can let it ride. You're basically in control the entire time. The best portfolio wins the biggest prizes. So, like, the cool thing about this app that I really like, that it's new and it's fresh, right? It's not like the same old, like, fantasy app. It's not the same old sports book that, like, just been redundant. Like, I'm really passionate about giving you guys a new, fresh thing. And I think this app is fresh. It's unique. It's different. And I'm excited to win some guap. And I'm excited to also host some contests as well. And if you guys do download the app, here are my picks for tonight. JT, let's go. Jets winning 100%. Haha, you go it. You know it. I feel like the Jets fans' confidence is through the roof. Allison says, yeah, on this AFC, NFC is confusing, but I don't know how I'm doing. That confusing doing NFC or AFC. What are you referring to, Allison? I can help you out. And along with some players on the injury list, I picked the Lions versus Chiefs because without their quarterback, it weakens their team and they can't play good. I heard that the quarterback's injured Mahomes. I don't think Mahomes is injured. Oh, you're talking to someone in the chat, Allison. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. So, yeah, guys. We got a freaking football game tonight. We got a damn football game tonight. Let's get it. So, guys, we're going to wrap up the show here. If you guys want to check out Mojo, simply scan the QR code or simply click the link down below in the description. Click the link in the top of the chat. Use promo code JETS, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100, which basically means you put $10 down. You will get $20 to play with. Let's do it, man. Let's freaking do it. So That's going to wrap up this show, guys. King Lowski says, you should have let me at Dan Mitchell, Richie. Damn it, King Lowski, you're right. I should have let you in. I'm sorry, bro. Next time, you know what? I'm going to tell Dan to come on this channel when we beat them. How about that? How about that? So that's going to wrap up the show, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. If you did not already hit that like button, let's get the 150 likes before the show wraps up. That would mean a lot. We got a window with a view sports talk. Let's go. What's good, man? Jets, Jets. Oh, King Lowski, you already know the vibes. I'm going to put this at max volume right now. Bruh, that is crazy. Mo, are you a Jets fan? I'm so confused with Mo Dean. He's like rooting for the downfall. Take care, folks, and remember the Bills are coming. Okay, it's official. Mo is not only a Jets fan, he's not a pessimistic Jets fan, but he is a negative. No, he's just not a Jets fan. That's what it is. That's what it is, right? That's basically what he's telling me. Yet another great show as usual, bro. Thank you, bro. Mark, bro, if everybody's going to say Jets, Jets in the chat, I got to say it too. Football's back, baby. Football is back. Here are my picks tonight on Mojo. Guys, today is also, if you didn't know about Mojo, today's the first day this app is live. So that's how brand new this is. This is literally the first day this app is live. This is the first ever day it's available. So if you want to be part of the party and part of something new and part of something fresh, click that link, guys. Download the app and use promo code JETS. Let's freaking go. I'm going to wrap up the show here, guys. Peace and love. Let's enjoy Thursday night football. Thursday night football tonight. I got the Chiefs winning. Catch you guys later. Peace out.